And welcome back to the AG Financial Arena here in Springfield, Missouri. This is the final pool play game of the girls 18 under Pool B between the CHSM Crimson Knights out of the Houston area and the CHAP Chariots. My name is Paul Gilmore alongside CJ Pomeroy bringing you the action today. Both of these teams have won both of their pool games thus far, so this will determine which team will be the 1 seed out of Pool B and which team will be the 2 seed out of Pool B. Both teams will advance. One will be the champion of Pool B and move to the 1 seed in 7A. The loser will move to the runner-up in the 5A gold ball game tomorrow. So either way, both these teams playing in a gold ball tomorrow. It will just matter who they're matched up against. First shot, no good from Abby Lotzenheiser.
And these CHAP Chariots are going to have to deal with the height and size and speed of Jada Kearney, one of the All-American watch list players for the Crimson Knights. She has over 14 Division I offers.
Three-pointer on the way and good. That is another one of the all-region players on this Crimson Knight team, JoJo Malik.
This is a really good CHAP team led by Reeser and Lotzenheiser. The question is, will they have enough to match the weapons that CHSM possesses? JoJo Malik, Jada, Avery, Mir, and Phoebe Stein, all on the All-American watch list for the Crimson Knights. They've had a terrific, phenomenal season.
Offensive rebound, no good from Lotzenheiser. Crimson Knights quickly back the other way. Chloe Cox to the left, no good. Offensive rebound put back from Kearney is good, and it's quickly a 5-0 Knights lead.
Kearney is really active today, early, which is good news for the Knights. The Chariots are going to have to figure out how they're going to deal with her size. Maybe think about bodying her up a little bit earlier in the lane, try and keep her from getting low post action.
Three-pointer no good from Grihorish. Baseline runner, and that is going to be Euro step no good. Last touched by CHAP, and it's going to go back to the Crimson Knights. So really quickly briefing you on how we got here in Pool B. CHSM beat Wichita Warriors 76-47. And the Lincoln Eagles 64-38. Both those games happened yesterday. Meanwhile, CHAP beat the Lincoln Eagles 54-32 and Wichita Warriors 46-36.
If you're the Crimson Knights, one thing that Coach Camille probably wants to be very careful of is relying too quickly on the three-point shot early in the game.
And that foul was called on Chloe Cox on the reach-in. First foul of the game for either team.
That's 2 fouls against the Knights. Jada picked up the first one a moment ago. Knights in a man-to-man defense. This is something they will play exclusively. Rarely will you ever see the Knights come out of a man-to-man. And they will apply pressure.
The pressure forces the turnover. Annabelle Reeser was not able to get the ball in the corner to Grace Hitchcock.
Annabelle Reeser and Lotzenheiser on the All-American watch list. This is going to require a terrific game from both of them.
Nice find inside to Kearney. That's going to be blocked by Lotzenheiser. Up ahead to Reeser, but too far ahead, and that's going to be another turnover for CHAP.
That's what you're looking for if you're the CHAP Chariots. That gets your fans into the game. It makes you feel like you can defend against Jada. However, turning the ball over, missing the layups on the other end is how you take away that momentum. So they're going to have to look on how they put the pieces together and put them in sync.
In the far corner, Cox spins to her left. Turnaround jumper is good.
Did you see the balance that Chloe had right there? She spun, and instead of continuing toward the basket, she elevated, slowing her forward momentum down and allowing her to hit that shot.
Three-pointer on the way. Too strong off the back iron. Ball is batted around, ends up in the hands of Reeser. Still nothing going for CHAP. Kearney skies for the rebound, and she pulls it down. A little miscommunication in the backcourt, but Stein ends up bringing the ball the other way.
Good screen from JoJo Malik there.
Nice feed inside to Mir, and that's now 4 different Knights players that have scored, spreading the ball around, and all of a sudden it's 9-0.
And the thing
no
is,
good.
They don't even have Phoebe Stein going yet. Phoebe was the district MVP for the 16U level, and she starts at the varsity level where she's been starting all season long.
Too strong from Mir. Abby Lotzenheiser coming the other way. Another 3 on the way. That's going to hit several parts of the rim, no good, but then we're going to have a foul on the putback attempt, and that foul is going to be on JoJo Malik, her first.
That was a great offensive set that CHAP ran right there. Gave them a great look at the 3. And I think, Coach for CHAP.
Oh, Coach Reeser.
Coach Reeser, yeah. I think Coach Reeser is noticing, they've had some good offensive possessions on their end of the floor. They have not been able to convert. They've had 2 missed layups and they've had a couple of missed threes. And it's a 9-0 game. The Knights will hit you and hit you fast. I think this is a really good timeout for Coach Reeser to pull his girls aside and say, listen, we are doing some good things here. Let's not get too concerned about the ball not going in yet. Let's go knock down some free throws here, and we'll get ourselves into a rhythm and momentum.
It's a good point. They have gotten a lot of good looks from behind the arc and on offensive rebound attempts. Just have not been able to convert thus far. This is going to be
Lucy? Yep.
Yes, Lucy Lotzenheiser at the free throw line. No good off the back iron.
And the Knights have jumped into their bench depth already with Jenna Rollo on the floor for JoJo. JoJo is a defensive stalwart for the Knights. Brings a lot of energy to the team. Exerts a lot of energy on the floor. So a substitution there for Coach Camille.
Avery, step back jumper, knocks it down.
Man, did you see it? A little separation there with the shoulder and the body. Step back jumper.
That's a next level move right there.
Next level move. So the Chariots have done a great job of running offense here. And I say that and they turn the ball over, but
great
nice
defense
from
Lotzenheiser.
Man, you've got to feel good about your inside defense there. 1 block on Avery, 1 block on Jada already for Lotzenheiser.
And you wouldn't guess it from looking at her. She's not the tallest player by any means, but she skied up there for 2 blocks so far in the first quarter.
No fear whatsoever for these CHAP Chariots.
Rollo kicks it to Kearney. She drives to her left in the far corner.
I love that decision from Jada right there. She's driving. She recognizes when she doesn't have what she wants and kicks it out. Mistake right there, but look at her get back on defense here.
Grace Hitchcock gets trapped on the sideline. And we're going to have a foul on Phoebe Stein. That's her first. That's the 4th team foul, though, for the Crimson Knights. 2:33 left in the first quarter. Substitutions for CHAP. Lucy Lotzenheiser checks back in, as does Lainey Grihoresh. And we're going to have another foul. And that's going to be on Rollo. So 5th team foul for CHSM. 5 different players have a foul, but that's going to send CHAP to the line, and it's going to be Lucy Lotzenheiser again.
And Coach Camille is lamenting the calls at the moment. It's 5-0 on the foul count. Part of that is simply due to the fact that the Knights play so aggressively on defense. They play a very high-pressure defense, and that can lead to more foul calls simply because of the aggression there. So it's something the Knights are going to have to adjust to. They're going to have to figure out how do we apply the pressure without picking up the fouls.
And second free throw is good for Lucy Lotzenheiser. She's got the only 2 CHAP points, and it's 2 different free throws. Chloe Cox posting up down low.
Man, the Knights just, between Avery and Chloe, just using their bodies in a great way to.
That turnaround from Lotzenhauser swallowed up by Mir. She's returning the favor from earlier in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Rollo.
Running the floor. Yeah, Avery said, anything you can do, I can do better.
Under 2 minutes to play in the opening period of our 1 versus 2 pool play game in Pool B.
The Chariots just need a good look at the basket right now. Run your offense, find you the look that you want, then get, there.
And that's going to be a foul on Cox. I believe that's her second, if they do call it on her, and they do. So would imagine the substitution might be coming in for her.
It's real easy for players to get up in the air, and the one thing that players have to realize and understand is there's a time to get up and there's a time to stay low, right? And how many fouls you have, where the shot is occurring, those are the things you have to learn and adapt to and adjust to. Otherwise, you get up in the air like that and fall on someone.
Mir is going to fire up the 3. She's heating up. She's got 7 points early here in the quarter.
She's just all over the place defensively.
Baseline runner, still no field goals.
And there's the great example of the defense I was talking about. Zetta Cox right there, just throwing her hands up, letting the referee see it, and staying down.
Mir with the left-hand runner on the left side.
9 early points for Avery here in this first period. And man, this game, it's just they got to get a good bucket right here. It's very important for CHAP to get a good look at the basket right now. Run your offense.
On the look inside, ball is stolen by Rollo, and then she is fouled. Foul was called on Lucy Lotzenheiser.
$40 seconds, just run your offense, get a good look.
Phoebe Stein says this is a good look. That's going to be short off the right-hand side, going the other way.
Phoebe has not met a shot that she does not like. Very confident shooter.
Edith Fleming checking in for CHSM.
Coach Camille working on getting Avery a breather here with 26 seconds. This plus the quarter break gives her almost 2 minutes. That's just a bad foul right there.
They called that foul on
Lainey Swadley.
Okay, I thought they said 2-3, but
it's just the poke, right? Like, it's the one thing that as a player, if you're going to go for a steal, you're going to go for a steal, but get it in position, and Lainey didn't have the position there.
Offensive rebound for CHAP in the corner.
Knights really working on defense. They're doing a great job of moving as the ball is moving.
10 seconds remaining, 5 seconds remaining. That ball is tipped. The shot attempt is going to fall short. And that's going to do it for our opening period of play. A dominant display from CHSM, and they lead 20-4. Second quarter action and more coming up after this intermission.
When it hurts, real time it. Real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Second quarter underway here at the AG Financial Arena here in Evangel University.
Paul, this is an extremely important first 2 minutes of this quarter for the CHAP Chariots. They do not want this game. It may seem out of hand. It's really not, but they don't want it to get out of hand. So they need to take the next 2 minutes, and they need to get something to fall from the outside.
Easier said than done against the CHSM defense that has been swarming.
It is smothering.
Difficult to get a shot off. Pretty good look there from Lutzenheiser. Kearney brings down the rebound, and we looked at the break, CJ, and the only points for the CHAP Chariots have come from the charity stripe. They've been effective getting to the line, but free throws are not going to win this game alone.
No, they're going to have to get some shots to fall, and I don't think they have a problem running the offense. They're having a problem finding a shot within their offense. Oh, what a move.
Spin to the left from Kearney, no good.
Little dream shake action right there from Jada Kearney.
Well defended by Lutzenheiser.
She's doing a great job. Lutzenheiser is defending both Kearney and Muir. But again, it comes down to getting a good shot down here on the offensive end.
Three-pointer on the way, and that is good. A field goal for Jasmine Hall.
Right on cue. Now to see if they can build off of that.
Rollo in the corner. Mears going to fire it up. Too strong off the front iron, but the offensive rebound is going to be controlled by Fleming. Rollo caught on the baseline, and we're going to have an offensive foul going the other way as he tried to clear some space.
Yep. That's a good call by the official there. I know Jenna felt like she was pushed out. I don't know as if Jenna would have gotten called for an offensive foul there if she had not extended the elbow. It was the extension of the elbow that made it automatic for the official.
Another big possession for CHAP. Can they get another basket to continue to trim the lead?
And we talked about the first 2 minutes, and we're coming up on it. If they get a bucket on this possession right here, you got to feel good that you've been able to weather a storm from 17 down to. They didn't get it. It's still a 13-point game.
Good looking shot from Reeser, just unable to connect so far.
If you're the Knights, you want a good bucket right here.
Rollo for three, and she banks it in.
We are at the AG Financial Arena. The bank is open.
And that, instead of being a three-pointer the other way, ends up being a three-pointer for CHSM.
That is a momentum killer right there. Three-pointers are momentum builders. They're also momentum killers.
Kearney rejected the shot.
Good look.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. That was Zetta Cox.
Interesting stat for the Knights. Last year, Zetta Cox took 2 3-pointers. She made 0. This year, she's made over 40 3-pointers for the season.
I would say that is growth.
That's a great move.
Lutzenheiser three, almost banked that one in, but no. Had Muir on the run out.
That's exactly what you want to do if you're the Chariots. Penetrate, kick out to a 3-point shooter. Couldn't get it to fall, but got a 2-on-1. You need to convert this right here.
Lutzenheiser, nice step-through move, but she leaves it short. You can tell by the CHAP bench they are just frustrated by their inability to put the ball in the basket. Meanwhile, Kearney comes the other way and continues to extend the lead.
Yeah, this is, uh-oh.
Nobody.
Breakdown on defense.
Nobody caught Reeser, and she couldn't lay that one in.
The problem the Chariots have right now is the layups are not falling. That's 4 layups in this game that they've missed. Jenna wanted an offensive foul right there. Probably had a case to be made if the referee were in a different position.
Inside to Kearney. And you can tell these players are gassed too.
Yeah.
They've been running up and down the floor for a couple of minutes now. 3-pointer on the way, no good from Reeser. Good hustle on the inside from Lucy Lotzenheiser, but the ball is going to come back with the Crimson Knights. Rollo coming the other way. She's going to take it herself and lays it in with the right hand. 7 points now for Rollo. Substitutions for both teams. But you look up at the scoreboard, and it is 27-7 in favor of the Crimson Knights.
That was a possession where Jenna was not going to let that ball out of her hand. She got that offensive foul call when she was on that end just a couple minutes ago. That right there, that was a get-back move right there. So great finish from Jenna to get the Knights to a 20-point lead. And both teams are gassed. The difference here is going to be the depth for the Knights versus the depth for the Chariots, and the Knights run very deep. Even when you put in the bench, those girls are going to go.
For CHSM, they were National Final Four team last year. Coming back this year, adding a player like Jada Kearney is obviously one of those kind of moves that can change the course of your nationals.
The Knights have had a really special season. They didn't lose a game until late in December. They lost to a public school team. They didn't lose to a homeschool team until they got to the state tournament in a back-and-forth game with HSAA. Addie Seal, Jesse Yarbrough just went off on the Knights in the second half to win the state tournament. But the Knights came back and defeated them, HSAA, in the regional championship to win regionals. And this is a team that's hungry for the undisputed national title. And they return a lot of experience from last year, and they brought in a couple of new girls. The Swadley, Lainey Swadley is a great addition for the Knights. And then Jada Kearney just showed up on their doorstep, 6'7" athlete with 14 Power 4 D1 offers. And it's going to be important for the Knights. If they're going to win the undisputed, they're going to have to go against Lily Williams more than likely. And Jada is going to have to be up for that challenge. I think she will be with how she's playing today.
Nice step-through move from Lutzenheiser, but Kearney rejects it out of bounds.
Every possession right now for the Chariots is an important possession because they cannot allow this lead to get any bigger.
Great move from Lutzenheiser. Stepped around the defense. Could not get that one to go. Running floater, no. Again, lots of great looks for the Chariots.
Yeah, and I have to shout out Gabby Eastre right there. Her defense on that shot by Lotzenheiser was terrific. She stayed legal. She was in legal guarding position in the paint. When she elevated in legal guarding position, and that really created a challenge for the Chariots on their last layup attempt.
Racer.
Laney got away with one right there. She got called for that as a foul in the first quarter. I'm surprised that the Chariots continue to try and penetrate on the inside with the various size that the Knights have. I would expect more of drive and kick kind of offense.
Offensive rebound and putback is good. That is Riley Bursley.
First 2-point bucket of the game for the Chariots. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
The foul and one. Swadley puts it in.
That was so good, I didn't even see it until it happened. And I think the Chariots were feeling the same way. They thought they had great defense, and it looked like they did. And then all of a sudden, Swadley comes out from nowhere, and then a pass from behind the defender's head for the layup and one.
Cannot convert the and one, but offensive rebound, Kearney. That's too strong off the front iron. Another offensive rebound, Swadley. Turns, spins, finds a cutting player. Cox, no good.
you have to applaud the aggression of the Chariots. Oh,
and
good
Reeser
shot.
finally puts one in. The all-region player out of the Midwest.
All-American watch list nominee. She's on the All-American watch list. She's got to get herself involved in this game. Maybe that three-pointer will do it. Another drive. Here's that driving kick.
That three-pointer is good. Back-to-back three-pointers. Hall connects on her second. And a little bit of life for the Chariots.
Well, 3 threes in the quarter. That will do it.
Air ball. And that's going to go to the Chariots. Substitutions as Chloe Cox, Avery Meir, and JoJo Malik check back in.
And tonight's just checked in 2 of the fastest players on their team, and JoJo and Chloe. And honestly, you could probably throw Avery up there too. They just reloaded on the court.
Lotzenheiser working the high post. Hall, who had connected on the previous 2, hits the jumper. Nice looking shot for Jasmine Hall. She's now up to 8 in the game, 8 in the quarter.
And look at the Chariots down 20. They've cut this lead to 12 here in the last couple minutes with finally getting the ball to go through the basket. That was the struggle they had up until the last couple minutes.
And Hitchcock a little too aggressive on the perimeter. She bumps Chloe Cox, and that is going to end up being only the second team foul of the quarter. Stein spins to her left. No good. Off the front iron.
That was a good move. Corner.
Hall drives in and out. Offensive rebound. That's no good. The third attempt. Lucy Lotzenheiser puts it in.
The Knights had nobody down there to rebound. You could see that being okay on the first one.
Lotzenheiser altered the shot. The offensive rebound ends up back in the hands
JoJo Malik.
Of JoJo Malik.
That was big. That was big.
And we're going to take a quick intermission here. We had a player that hit the floor pretty hard.
Assistant coach for the Chariots is not happy. It's a physical game out there. The Knights play fast. They play hard. They're super aggressive. I didn't see the action that led to the bump, but understandably so. All right, this is a necessary possession for the Chariots.
Reeser's going to fire up the 3. Air ball. It was on target, but just a little short. 3 seconds left in the corner, thrown to Meir, but she was not looking for it, and the pass was a little wide. 1 second left.
I'm not really sure, but I don't think that was really Chloe's first option. I think she was thinking about shooting in it, and then at the last minute, she decided to pass it, and Avery was not even expecting a pass there.
Lotzenheiser's going to throw it deep. That's going to be intercepted by Stein. She throws up the half-court shot, no good. And that's going to do it after 16 minutes of play. CHSM 31, CHAP Chariots 19. Second half action and a lot more from Evangel after this halftime break.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Welcome back to Evangel University here in Springfield, Missouri. Second half action of this girls 18 and under Pool B play between the CHSM Crimson Knights and the CHAP Chariots out of the Midwest. Paul Gilmore alongside CJ Pomeroy. Chloe Cox is going to start by kicking it to Jada Kearney.
That is exactly how you want to start a half if you're the Knights.
And they're starting with a little bit of man pressure now. Full court. Reeser on the left side. Kicks it in the corner.
Chariots did a great job of cutting the lead from 20 down to 12. 14 at the moment, but they started to get the shots to fall, and that was the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter. The thing is, can they get Lotzenheiser and Reeser going in the second half? They're going to need a game from probably both of those players to win today. So Reeser only has the 1-3, and Abby has yet to get on the board. So I think this third quarter is going to be important for both of those athletes to keep Chariot in the game and give them an opportunity to win the game.
And Jada had a good look on the turnaround, but left it just a little bit short. Lotzenheiser drives it, and she's going to be fouled by Stein.
Abby is just aggressive on the drive, and not much of it really wasn't a hard foul, but the foul was on the arm. That's what the referee was going to call. Referees are trained to protect the shooter. So once the shooter gets up in the air, anything that can cause an issue with the release of the shot or the landing will get you called for a foul.
Malik looking underneath for Stein. Finds a cutting mirror.
What the Knights are doing so well in this game is the interior passing to cutting players. They get the ball down on the baseline, and it looks like they're seemingly stuck, but then comes a cutter from nowhere, and the pass leads to a layup.
And we had a collision. We'll see what the referees decide to call. It looks like Abby Lotzenheiser took a hit to the face.
And that's going to be Phoebe and her third personal foul on our unofficial tracker there. She just kind of got caught in no man's land, going for the loose ball, which is what you want. But then it kind of became a jumbled up mess, and she lost control.
Lucy Lotzenheiser did a great job knifing through the defense and getting underneath, but just a little too strong on the layup. Meanwhile, Malik, the other way, is going to go to the free throw line.
That was a great drive by Malik. She saw the lane, kept the ball low, attacked hard, and drew the contact to go to the free throw line.
First foul for Abby Lotzenheiser. Free throw is nothing but net. Stein takes a seat as Rollo comes back in. Two for two on this trip to the charity stripe. That extends the lead back to 18.
As coaches, when you're discussing halftime adjustments, one of the things that you're looking at is who can win the first 3 to 4 minutes of a half. And right now, the Knights are dominating the first 2 minutes of this half. Can they keep it up defensively here on this possession?
That ball is stripped away. Both Lotzenheiser and Malik on the floor. It's going to end up in a jump ball.
Jasmine Hall checking in. She had 8 second quarter points to help the Chariots cut the lead from 20 to 12. They're going to be looking for that 3-point magic from her here in this third quarter.
She drives to her left, leaves it just a little short. Rollo on the run out. Mir has Kearney up ahead. Lotzenheiser knocks it away, saved by Kearney. Jumper no good from Mir.
Avery needed to give Jada a better pass there. Good move.
Nice spin from Lotzenheiser. Just nothing going.
Lotzenheiser has been everywhere around the rim, but her shots are right or left every time. Oh, what a find. JoJo went with the right hand. That's, I think, the reason why she missed it.
Hall finds a cutting Lucy Lotzenheiser. And they're going to call that foul on Mir. That's her first.
That was a tired foul right there on Avery.
Seeing a lot of hands on hips and hands on knees. A lot of flying up and down the court. Not a lot of breaks in play. A couple of fouls here and there, but outside of that, it's been full-on sprinting.
It's just the style of play that the Knights have. Lucy Lotzenheiser to the free throw line for the third time in the game. 3 for 5 so far from the line.
Riley Bursley checked in for CHAP. 1 of 2 that time for Lotzenheiser.
You can see Avery decided to slow it down. Now she gives a great pass into Chloe.
Always love a good entry pass into the post.
Great job by Chloe to find the seal down there, maintain the position, and then finish with a defender on her back.
That's the second time she's posted up Hitchcock.
So that ball went over the top of the backboard. That's not something you see often from Chloe in her game, the post up. But that's good player recognition right now. She feels like she's got the size and the strength, and so she's going to go down there and take advantage of it.
Zetta Cox checks back in for the Crimson Knights.
I would like to see the Knights go a little bit more on Jada's side when she's got the size and position like she does down there.
That 3 no good. Ends up in the hands of Kearney.
Good find.
Kearney offensive rebound again to her left. And the lefty puts it in.
It's not for lack of effort. The Chariots just do not have someone that can compete with the size and the speed that Jada Kearney plays with. That is why several Big 12 schools and Big 10 schools are looking at her.
And 3 different attempts for the Chariots, no good. A couple of good three-point attempts. That ball is going to be stolen from Kearney by Reeser.
Jada was trying to set up her pass to Jenna there. You could see she was trying to cross it over to give herself a better option, but that was great defense by Reeser. And now the other way.
And that's going to be a foul on Lefevre. Allison Lefevre had checked into the game.
And the Knights quietly extending the lead to 21.
First free throw is good for Malik.
3 for 3 in the quarter for JoJo.
Substitutions for both teams.
Lainey Swadley has been a really good addition for the Knights this year, and her game has really come on in the last month. .23 deficit for the Chariots here. Reeser is not on the court.
And finally, Abby Lotzenheiser gets one to go.
That is exactly what the Chariots needed, was for Abby to see the ball go through the rim. Her shots have been all around the rim. She just hasn't been able to finish it.
Great job from Lefevre and Lotzenheiser to tie up the possession. It will stay with the Crimson Knights underneath their own basket.
That's a good reason why the NCHC tries to have 3-man crews for some of these games. One referee had a travel. The other 2 had jumps. Quick talk of it resulted in a jump, which is why the Knights had it, and then they drew the foul there.
And that foul was on Grace Hitchcock.
Uh-oh. Good recovery from Zetta.
Swadley spins right. She puts it up, and there's going to be a foul on the shot.
This is just the Knights being aggressive to the paint. And that's something that all of their guards will do.
They've had a good day at the free throw line as well.
5 for 5, I believe, in this quarter. The aggression in attacking the glass off the dribble is leading to the fouls being called.
That time the ball ends up on the floor, as do several players, and that tie-up will result in Chariot ball. But the Crimson Knights have now doubled up CHAP Chariots 44-22 in the last pool play game.
They've got to find, yeah, there you go, in the hands of their guard, or Lotzenheiser, I mean. It's exactly what they needed.
They're going to count the basket for Abby Lotzenheiser. She's got a couple of buckets in a row.
I think the referee may have been a little bit gracious there with the and one.
She can't connect on the free throw.
Thought that foul may have occurred before. But
that three-point attempt, no good. Lotzenheiser rips it away from Malik.
What a play right there from Lotzenheiser, going up, getting the rebound, coming down. She knew she was going to travel if she didn't let go of the ball, so she lets it go and is able to maintain it as a dribble.
Shot no good from Lefevre. And then we've got a turnover from Stein. More substitutions underway. Lucy Lotzenheiser checks in, as does Reeser. Avery Meir and Chloe Cox check back in.
Coach Camille just reloading every time she goes to her bench.
Nice move from Lucy Lotzenheiser, and that will send her to the line. Opportunity to get some points with the clock stopped.
Yeah, and that right there, it's going to force Phoebe to have to adjust how she's playing defense right now. She's got 4 fouls.
And she's going to come out. Kearney and Fleming will return. Second shot is good for Lotzenheiser.
She's got 7 points, 5 of them coming from the free throw line. Oh, what a move. What a move.
The Chloe Cox to Kearney connection has been strong here in the second half. 6 points for Kearney in the quarter.
Chloe just blew by her defender,
ripped away from
forcing the defense to
Lotzenheiser.
collapse. Avery made one bad pass into Jada a little while ago, and since then she's done a much better job of connecting to the post.
Left-hand drive, tough degree of difficulty. She puts it in. She's up to 13 in the game. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. CHSM up 22.
You know, it's not. I was going to say it's not necessarily do or die moment for the Chariots, but they've got to see if they can somehow sneak off 3 or 4 points in the last 45 seconds before you go into the fourth quarter. And on the flip side, if you're the Knights, you feel really good about 25 points if you can get there.
Meir is going to fire up a 3, and she is trying to make that happen. It is 25 as it currently sits. And that's going to be off of.
Frustration from the Chariots here.
That's going to be off Lotzenheiser. Initially, they said it was going to be CHAP ball, but referees conferred and made the right call.
Yep.
20 seconds to go.
You've got to get a stop right here if you're the Chariots.
And Kearney
That's what
stepped
you want.
on the baseline. 13 seconds left.
Any points are good points right now for the Chariots, being down 25. You got to try and cut it. Man, I would have loved to see that 3 go up.
And Kearney erases the Lotzenheiser shot.
Hit it.
At the buzzer, no good. And that's going to do it after 3 quarters of play. CHSM 51, CHAP Chariots 26. Final 8 minutes after this intermission. Eight minutes in the final pool play game of Pool B for the girls 18 and under here at Nationals 2025. CHSM has taken a commanding 25-point lead into the 4th quarter.
If you're the Knights in this 4th quarter, you're not looking to do too much. What you do not want to do is have a lot of bad basketball play that takes you into tomorrow's game unprepared. So I think the Knights should focus on execution, doing what they want to do. Don't get lost in the fact that even though you're up 25 points, it does not mean that every shot is a good shot. And then you've got to stay grounded defensively. And for the Chariots, this is all about being able to push through the rest of this game, finish on a high note to take into the rest of the week.
Meir is going to stop and pop. Good looking shot from Avery Meir, and she starts the scoring for the Knights in the 4th quarter.
I've watched Avery for several years now. She has put in intentional and dedicated effort to her shooting, and man, right now she looks automatic.
Malik on the drive. She puts it up, lays it in, and one.
Just going to continue to go, go, go. The one thing the Knights do not know the definition of is slow. They're going to keep at it all game long.
Shot from Malik, no good from the free throw. Reeser finds a cutting Lotzenheiser.
There it is. That connection has been missing for the Chariots this whole game. They have 2 great players in Reeser and Lotzenheiser, and they just haven't been able to get on the same page within the game.
And they're going to say Lotzenheiser fouled Cox before the pass.
That's just going to go to their screen and roll game. Phoebe is yet to get on the board for the Knights. She is one of the 4 All-Americans on the All-American watch list players, I should say. 16U district MVP.
Unable to connect on that spin move.
The Knights have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the board.
Good job by Cox to bring down that rebound.
Oh,
Nice move from Malik.
what a touch finish there from JoJo.
She has 13 in the game. Three-pointer on the way. It's going to be too strong from Jasmine Hall. And then on the run out, Chloe Cox collects it. And it's going to stay with CHSM.
At some point, I imagine the Knights will pull Avery. At some point, you're starting to think about tomorrow, right? So you're looking at how much more do I want to put on their legs in this game here, 5.5 to play, 29-point lead. You also want to not have the risk of injury, right? And so that's one reason why you would want to try and slow the game down a little bit, because the faster you play, the more possessions you create for the other team. When the other team is down 30 points, they've got to shoot the ball quickly to try and get as many points back as possible in a short amount of time. And all that does is increase the number of possessions for your own team. So playing slow is not necessarily something that the Knights want to do per se, but at the same point, if they're wanting to conserve a little bit of energy and reduce the risk of injury here, they might want to slow the number of possessions down between now and the end of this quarter.
Well, and you're at a point in the tournament also where in your pool, this is it. There's no more point differential that matters. You could only have a plus 20 point differential anyways. So with the game pretty much in hand, I think you make a good point. You got to start looking at later in the week for both teams.
Well, and the Knights will win their pool outright with this victory here today.
Kind of a wild shot from Chloe Cox. Coming back the other way, Reeser.
I just love how aggressive these Chariots are.
A three-pointer put in by Grihorish. That's her first basket of the game.
CHAP is not scared at all. Oh, wow.
Speaking of not scared, Malik not afraid to pull that triple. She's got 16.
Phoebe needs to be careful right here with 4 fouls. No reason to be aggressive. Good move.
Good drive from Lucy Lotzenheiser.
And that's fine. If you're the Knights, it's okay. Right? You didn't get a foul there. Sure, she got 2 points, but that's all right.
Stein off the backboard and in.
She was going to get 2 at some point in this game. 7 people now in the scorebooks for the Knights.
And Stein called for the foul.
I know Phoebe doesn't think that's the right call, but when you get up in the air, if you keep your hands straight and level, more than likely that referee will not make the call. But the moment you slant that arm and what looks like a block attempt, if you catch any part of the opponent's arm, they're going to ding you, and that's what happened to Phoebe there.
She gets a standing ovation from the crowd as she checks out for her efforts today. Halfway through the fourth quarter, it is a 29-point advantage for CHSM. Free throw no good. And all the players started going for the rebound, and they were reminded that there was 2 shots. So Grihorish will take another.
Confusing situation there because Phoebe had fouled out. They probably should have waited for the first free throw to finish before taking Phoebe out. Instead, they subbed both players, and so that made everyone else in the Knights think, and the Chariots as well, think that there was only 1 free throw left. Just would like to see a little more ball movement here for the Knights. That or a dribble weave. Dribble weave is never my favorite thing to do, but if done well, it can be a very useful tool.
And Rollo flips it up from the right side.
A quiet 9 points for Jenna Rollo. I just love it. I just love just constant aggression. We're going to take it at you. We're not going to settle for the three-pointer. We're not worried about what the scoreboard says. We're going to take it right at you.
And I will say, too, it is refreshing to see the CHAP faithful continually cheering on their ladies.
Oh, man, their fans are... That's an... Yeah, I understand Jada being upset about that double. The ball was deflected out of her hand. At that point, should not have been, in my opinion, a double dribble or a backcourt, but it is 30 points and referees are not going to care. Important for both teams to recognize where they are in the game and how it's going to be officiated between now and the last 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I think this is a good call for the Knights here. You got to take care of the basketball, but that's the one thing when you start pulling it out, it's easy to get I'm going to call it lackadaisical on offense. You don't necessarily come to the ball as hard as you should. You don't cut as hard as you should. You don't necessarily complete your cut like you should. And that can really take you out of rhythm in a game, for sure. It's also something that teams need to be able to execute late in the game, because there are times where you got to do exactly what the Knights were trying to do, which is to slow it down and cut the number of possessions left in the game.
Look at Lotzenheiser get all the way back to the ball. That shot attempt is going to be too strong, no good. Kearney had the rebound knocked out of her hands, and she'll go down the other way. CHSM 2 minutes and 2 seconds left before they move on to become the 7A #1 gold ball seed. Meanwhile, CHAP Chariots will drop to the 5A #2 seed. But both teams will still be competing for a gold ball tomorrow. So a little unique thing about that pool play format.
I love the adjustment the tournament has made to try and increase the quality of basketball at the tournament. Going with this pool play set up early and then into your typical bracket national play. I'll tell you what, Jada has really stepped up her game. I mean, she's always a good player, but she's playing with a real determination here today.
Into Kearney. She turns, left it a little short.
Little dead leg there, I think. Lotzenheiser, nice move.
Still, it's been that kind of day for CHAP Chariots.
Yeah. The size of the Knights. Oh my goodness. The size of the Knights can lead a team to shorthand those layups, shoot them quicker than maybe they want to. The Chariots have had good looks at the basket in this game. They just can't get the ball to fall.
Mir connects on the and one.
9 points in the quarter, 16 in the second half. 25 for the game.
And that is going to be the final score. The CHSM Crimson Knights win Pool B 69-34 over the CHAP Chariots, but both teams will advance to tomorrow and have a chance to continue their run at the Undisputed. So congratulations to both of these teams for advancing in their pool. Coming up next, we've got some more action for you, as well as a lot of other varsity games happening tonight, including the boys finishing off our nightcap. So thank you for joining us on this broadcast, and make sure you tune in for the next ones. On behalf of CJ Pomeroy, my name is Paul Gilmore, and we will see you on the next one.